morning. We have with us today Datin Elaine Daly from Miss Univese Malaysia. Thank you, Datin, for joining us.
Thank you, Sumitra, for having me.
Okay, so Datin, how do you think as Miss Universe evolved since you won the crown back in 2003?
Wow, that was many, many moons ago. It's certainly evolved. I mean, now with the emergence of social media, of the internet, and back in the day, we didn't have Instagram or anything to promote ourselves to that extent. So it's definitely evolved. The pageant itself has evolved already because ever since it was changed hands from Donald Trump to IMG, it's more wholesome in the sense that they consider the girls' backstories as something which is more important. So it's not just about looking like a supermodel walking down the runway. It's much more than that.
Okay. Yeah. We also believe there are less elimination rounds down, as that actually helped the whole procedure, and is it a much easier process?
I think the process is still very much the same,
Okay.
where each country obviously has picked their winner, based on having a whole set of finalists, or from the intermediate rounds to the finals, and then it goes on to the international finals. But it's the process is still very much the same, where we have auditions and we have girls from all over, all walks of life, from all over the country coming into to interview with us, to audition with us, in the hope of becoming the next Miss Universe Malaysia. So yeah.
Okay. Coming back to the Miss Universe Malaysia 2020, we believe with the COVID-19 impact, you all have decided to proceed with the E-Gala.
Yes.
How do you think this will impact the pageant this year, the fact that there's not going to be any audience, live audience?
I think where for the girls and where they are concerned, I think knowing that there will be much more of an audience watching this from their homes and on their screens, I think that would be even more, actually a lot bigger than having a physical gala with audience. So I don't think it will affect it that much. I think in other words, I mean, it's going to be even bigger and better, in actual fact, because you're going to have a lot more people who are going to be able to be accessible to watch the gala from the comforts of their own home.
Okay, so how can you elaborate a bit more, like how different it will be in terms of to actually tempt us to actually log in to watch the
so
E-Gala?
it's going to be a very exciting show. I mean, you don't have to dress up and to the nines to come to an actual gala to come and watch this. You can watch this from wherever you're at. And it's going to be very exciting because this is the first time we are introducing such a concept, and I think it's only just going to be this year. Next year we hope to go back to the physical gala itself. But I think what's going to be very exciting is that we're going to be having performances. We're going to be having the girls just perform in front of cameras and in front of judges.
Okay.
Those are the only people who will be present. And what's going to be even more great is that there will be voting. Okay. So the public can actually vote for best evening gown, best swimsuit, and eventually who becomes the winner of Miss Universe Malaysia 2020.
I see.
So there's voting. So for all the fans out there and the people out there, family members of the contestants and the general public, I think that will entice them to want to watch, because they would want their favorite to win.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is on the 5th of September.
So the voting will only be open on the 5th of September
during the gala itself, during the
Okay.
E-Gala itself.
I
Yes.
see. Okay. So with COVID-19, do you think it has impacted the moral of the girls in the pageant?
I think COVID-19 has impacted the moral of everybody. I think all of us were affected some way or another. Whether it's our spirits, or whether it's our, the business side of anything. But for the girls, I think, we had to keep them going. We were constantly in touch with them. We made sure that, they were kept busy by having to post certain stuff on social media. I would occasionally speak to them and, pick up their momentum and their semangat, as we call it, to make sure that, they're still on the ball, and they know that they're still in a competition and they're still in the running, and it's anybody's game. The ball is round. You never know what's going to happen. That's what I tell the girls all the time. And, anybody can win this. It doesn't matter if you are a fan favorite, or, if you've got more presence on social media than compared to someone else. It really depends on how you perform on the gala itself, and during the prejudging, where the judges will actually meet the girls, and scorings, will actually go towards who will win the crown as well. Yes.
In your words, what do you think is the biggest misconception of beauty queens?
That it's all just about world peace. It's not just about world peace. It's so much more than that. Yes, world peace is predominantly very important, but every time you talk about beauty queens, that's the first thing that it pops up into someone's mind, that it's just the wave and
yes,
world peace. It's actually, it's very empowering. I find the pageant very empowering because it's so much more than just a competition. We improve the lives of these girls some way or another. We make a difference in their lives some way or another, and the girl who goes on to eventually win this, wins a scholarship. We've had our previous queens who have now come out with degrees, and the scholarships are given to them by Help University, and we change lives, and that's what we want to do. As cliche as it sounds, that's my own personal motto, to make a difference in people's lives, however big, however small. And if this platform gives us this opportunity to do that, why not?
Correct.
Yeah.
In your career itself, what's the best and worst advice that you've got?
Wow. I've had lots of good advice.
Yes,
I mean,
okay.
I've been very blessed to have good mentors, good people inspiring me, but the one advice that's always been given to me, and this is even by my parents as well, is to always stay humble, to always be down to earth. And I think that if my head ever got too big for me, I would be brought down to earth by mum and dad. So humility, I think that's the most important thing. The worst advice, I can't think of any right now, actually. The worst advice I've got, doesn't come to mind.
Okay. So, success. What does success mean to you?
Wow. Success to me has evolved over the years, when I just started modeling, success was making sure I was on every cover of a magazine. And then, when I started acting, it was to win a Best Actress award. And I think success to me is achieving what you want to achieve within that particular time frame or that particular goal. Success to me now, I find, I may not be a billionaire, but I have a great family. I have 2 little girls now.
So would you actually encourage them to join the pageant?
Well, it's completely up to them, but I better not be running it anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, it's completely up to them if they want to join the pageant or not. Yeah.
And how about your husband? Does he actually support you? I mean, do you think that he would actually encourage the daughters to?
My husband is my biggest support. He's always been there to guide me and to lift me up every time if things are not going great. I don't know. I mean, I think we've got many more years to decide before our daughters are at the age of whether they can join the pageant or not. But it's really up to them. I think what we have to inculcate in them is that education first is most important, and then they can decide what they want to do. Yeah.
So, what would be the advice that you want to give to the girls this year, the participants of Miss Universe Malaysia 2020?
My advice to them is to be the best version of themselves, and it's not just to the girls, but to everyone else out there as well, to make sure that, you strive for excellence. There will be days where there will be, where you will feel like you're not good enough, but you should always know that you're good enough, and you should make sure that the best version of yourself, comes out, and you're lifted with that. Yeah.
Okay. So my final question to
Sure.
you is, what is women empowerment to you?
Wow. Okay. Women empowerment is basically lifting each other up. We, as women, we put other women on pedestals.
Yes.
We make sure that they are highly spoken of, and that it's not about being a feminist, or it's not about the males being better than the females or anything like that. But it's more of a balance, and it's about lifting each other up and making sure that we are proud of our own gender, and that we carry it with great pride. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Datin,
Thank you.
for joining
Thank you for
us.
having me.
Yeah. So we wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to the E-Gala.
Yes, please tune in. Don't forget, 5th of September at 5 p.m. Malaysian time. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.